But let's get into today. Let's get into today. Trade recap here, boy. Let's go. Okay. Coming into the morning, wasn't too solidified in a bias. I was leaning a little more bearish. I had my internal bearish low I wanted to see marked out, but just ignore all this. We'll go back here. We had an SMT on the higher time frame, ESNQ. NQ came up, tapped back into this 4-hour fair value gap. ES came up, swept the respective high up here, putting in a bearish SMT. What do? We respect this 4-hour fair value gap. Price lower, price lower. Come down, sweep out this internal sell side liquidity level I was watching during London session. Put in London low. Wicks do the damage, body sell the story. We have a wick coming all the way down below the 4-hour fair value gap. What does the body do? We close up within it, respecting it. Maintain that coming into open. Same thing over on ES. Respecting this 1 minute fair value gap here. After coming down and sweeping this liquidity level, we did create a new week opening gap here, but I wasn't really interested in that just because we had already filled and mitigated it by like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. So early London session, all that was done. But yeah, coming into the day was leaning bearish, wanted to see the first internal low get taken, which was just right here. And basically the London low, 540, a little after London session. So that was kind of my target coming in the morning. I'm like, okay, what's my draw on liquidity? Right now it's this low, so we're gonna act from there. Then boom, what do? Right at open, we frickin' humped that low. Had a feeling we were gonna come down. We dump it, take it literally the first candle, and then put that SMT in. From here, I'm like, okay, I don't want to instantly flip bullish just because we took an internal sell side level in a higher time frame PD array. I need to see confirmation. So what did I do? I noticed that there was a very small 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. That got turned into an inverse fair value gap right here with this candle close. Excuse me. Then we see a market structure shift and change in the state of delivery right here. What do? Once we see this MSS, I throw a limit order kind of in this arbitrary zone because I didn't want to take it off this 1 minute inverse fair value gap just because it was super small and I didn't think we were going to come down and retrace to it. And I also didn't want to take it just straight off this 1 minute order block here marked out with this orange candle because I'm like, okay, that's kind of whatever. So I kind of went in half point in between. Just within here, boom, we get filled. Stop below the SMT protect low. Was keeping an eye on NQ. Wanted to see it turn this 1 minute fair value gap inverse. Main reason I didn't take this trade on NQ was because by the time it got turned inverse, the stop would have been 96 points, which is almost $200 risk. And on a no news Monday, I'd rather not, especially this week when I'm going to be increasing my size after today, especially after this winter. But yeah, there was that idea here. And again, it never even came down and tapped back into that imbalance, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But getting over to what the trade was taken on, which is ES. See that market structure shift change in the state, tap back into the 1 minute order block. I get involved, stop below SMT low. I have these two internal highs here, 830 pre-market highs as my low hanging fruit and or risk-free point. And again, I'm only involved one contract, one micro. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to take anything off here. I'll just go risk-free, 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. So boom, I go risk-free here. While that's happening, NQ isn't quite there. We take it with this candle on ES right here, and on NQ at that time we're a little bit of ways. But then about 4 minutes later, we come up and sweep that. So I'm like, okay, great. No internal bearish SMT. Looks good. Have stop at break even. And we'll see if price wants to kind of displace up toward the London high. Seeing NQ price a little higher toward London high right here within this 1 minute price action. And then we see a big displacement down, even bigger on ES. Not putting in any SMT. I wouldn't really count this as, oh yeah, it didn't even sweep it actually. As a matter of fact, we didn't even take that. So yeah, swept, big displacement down, market structure shift here off this wick, turning all these bullish imbalances into bearish inverses. Thought we were gonna get stopped at break even. Would have been a little annoying, but it is what it is. Break even's way better than a loss because we're managing our risk. That's all we have to do. Manage our risk. And then boom, put in this wick here, start displacing up, tap back into this 1 minute bearish fair value gap right here. And I'm like, okay, dang. When I'm like here, I'm like, okay, are we going to close above? No. Right here, close above? No. Boom, big wick, close above? No. Huge wick to the downside. I'm like, okay, we're probably going to get ran. Close here? No. Close here? No. And then with this candle, I'm like, okay, I think if we get a close above, we're just going to run to London high because price is being relatively efficient. And I just want to see us continue higher. So with this candle right here, boom, 1 minute fair value gap gets turned inverse, never ends up getting tapped back down into, but was targeting London high. And let me log in so I can show you all the executions. Only made 111, and you'll see why. I'll get into that right now. So got involved with my 1 minute micro, which was $60 of risk, targeting London high. I got out here, reason being, if we take a look, two things kind of playing into this. One, I had to go to the doctor. I had to leave at 8:30, and 8:30 my time, and at this candle it was 8:15 and I still had to shower. So like, okay, yeah, whatever. So at this point I'm like, okay, we're approaching London high. We did just sweep London high on this previous candle, and with this move lower, I was like, okay, I don't want to give price the opportunity to put in an SMT and then run lower without taking London high on ES. So I just closed right here for I think 1 to 2, maybe not even 1 to 2, 1 to 1.9. But again, I was literally basically naked, getting in the shower, so I kind of had to close this trade. But yeah, I missed out on like a couple extra bucks, but again, it's not even that, just because I was risking 1 micro. If this was like any other day of the week, I'm gonna increase size to $250 max risk. This would have been a $450, $460 day. So yeah, that would have been nice. But again, I was just doing 1 micro, kind of building up, trusting myself again. But yeah, ended up working out. Got involved here, as you can see. Sold here across 5 Apex accounts, 500 bucks. 550, I guess, and then on my Top Step X account made 110. But now, moving forward, increasing size, no longer interested in 1 micro because I've built back the confidence I need. Been trading pretty decently recently, so I'm gonna increase my max risk to 250 and see what happens from there. Be super patient, not expect anything going into the rest of February. Just execute as best as I possibly can, and we'll see what the market does with that. But looking back here, zooming back out, if I was more confident and didn't have to go anywhere, or if this was a normal size position, could have been something like this, targeting just this internal S&P high on Sunday, because I was pretty bullish. But again, I was honestly contemplating not even trading today, so I have to take the dub when I can get it, because that's better than me staying off the chart and not missing the trade, but it would have been fine either way. I'm just glad we got a winner today. It's always good. But yeah, could have trimmed at London high, maybe 2 contracts, 3 contracts, taken the rest off up here. And yeah, that would have been a nice little winner. But again, it is what it is. We took what I was confident in, had extraneous circumstances impacting my decision making, which is okay. And yeah, that's really all I got for today. Nice little winning trade. Good way to start the week. Erased Friday's loss. So yeah. Moving forward the rest of this week, we literally have 8:30 news every single day. So no news during market like New York while we're actually going to be trading. Bruh. Which will be whatever. Because if price is going to be efficient, the news won't matter. Again, 8:30 news, 8:30 news, 8:30 news, 8:30 news, which will be nice because we don't have to worry about news releases. The biggest thing coming into the week, I just want to focus on taking high quality trades, man. 250 max risk. I'll give myself a little room for fees and whatnot, but yeah, that gives me 8 trades in a row I can lose, and that gives me decent amount of capital to build a solid buffer because all the accounts are basically at break even. Let's go over here. TradeSyncer's kind of buns too. I don't understand why all of them are different, but these accounts are just over 50K. This one's a little under 50K. 540 on the day over here, plus Top Step X is 110, so like 650, 660 on the day. Risking 1 freaking micro, bruh. That's crazy. And let's say I threw 4 micros, 590, 600, would have made 3,600 if we were any other day of the week, risking 250, 240 actually. So yeah, 3,600 in a day versus 600 in a day. Again, I'm not worried about it. I know big winners will come. It's just a matter of sizing and having a lot of accounts. And yeah, main goal right now, just get all these accounts to a payout. Good nice little like 12, 15K payout, something like that. And just look to stack more accounts. But that's all I got for today, this very fine Monday. Little 10-minute vid for y'all. Learn from it, whatever. If you have anything in the comments, let me know. If you took this trade, took a similar trade, took an opposite trade, let me know. Love to hear from you. Love to learn from y'all. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Hope y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Catch you tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow, let's just continue to be good decision makers. That's all I want to do, be a good decision maker. So with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.